So thank you so much for your patience. And please tell everyone who you are.
Hey, my name's Influential. I'm a rap artist out of Jacksonville, Florida. And I met Ashley on Instagram. She seen my videos I had been posting of my music and stuff, man, and she sent me a follow. She commented actually. And I guess she was fond of my music and she asked me if I wanted to be a part of her show. And I was like, sure, definitely. Let's do it. And here we are. So
Well, I didn't come across you casually though. Someone recommended me to you actually, because
oh
you're doing
yeah?
a project with yeah. You see how networking works? Because you're doing a project with TaylorMade, aren't you?
Yeah. Actually, he is on TaylorMade is going to be on my project that I'm working on. Actually,
Yeah. How do you guys know each other?
man, I met TaylorMade a couple of years ago. This is a funny story. I was lifting. I was driving for Lyft, and making some extra cash on the side or whatnot. And he was one of my passengers, and he got in my car or whatever, and he was real like enthusiastic. Like he was, his character, man, was kind of like cheerful, man. He was real outgoing, man, and kind of cool, man. I was like, so he told me to do music or whatnot. I forgot how we got on the topic. I think we were listening to music, and as soon as he got in the car, he told me he was doing some music, and I was like, yeah. So I said, let me hear. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear something. And he let me hear some of his music, and I was like, hey, the funny thing, I was like, I do music too, and he wanted to hear some of my music, and I let him hear it, and then after that, we kind of like just kept, contact from there, man. And over the couple of years, like he supported me in my music. He, everything I post on Instagram, man, he comment on it. He give me good feedback, and we just been saying for the longest, like, yo, eventually, man, we're gonna do a song together. And now it's time, man, where now we finna do a song together and probably a couple more songs too.
Dope, dope. So who was it that inspired you to become an artist at a young age or an older age?
I started doing music when I was like young, man. My mom actually sings. She sing and she do poetry. She write books. Her name is Black Jewel. You can go find her on Facebook or Instagram as Poetess Black Jewel. She's real known in Jacksonville, Florida. She done wrote a lot of plays and different things that people have been a part of. And I pretty much grew up watching her, like going to the studio with her a lot when I was like 12, 11, seeing her record music and stuff like that. And then I started writing my own lyrics at like 10, like, and then I started kind of like wanting to venture off and do music by around 12, 13. And yeah, man, that's pretty much what inspired me to do music. And then I started, as the years went by, I just started kind of like taking it serious, writing music, getting in the studio, uh, doing features with people in the city. And that's pretty much how I got my start.
So your mom inspired you to create music.
My mom inspired me to create music. It's just like the apple don't fall far from the tree.
That's beautiful. That's so awesome. Okay, so there have been, I don't know if you've seen this, but the female artist battles online. Have you noticed them? Like the Brandy versus Monica. Have you seen them?
I've noticed a lot of them. I didn't even really watch the Brandy versus Monica like that. I didn't really have the time to watch it, but I did keep up with all the other ones that they had.
So what are two artists that you would like to be, like you would like to see battled head to head?
What two battles that I would like to see?
Yeah, two artists that you would
Um,
like to see go head to head.
that's a good question, man. Me and my friends, we do be having these conversations a lot too. Let's see, man. I would like to see probably uh let's see. I know Jay-Z probably not gonna do it. Everybody been saying it, man. I would like to see Jay-Z in a battle with probably, I would say T.I. I would like to see Jay-Z and T.I. for the simple fact that Jay-Z is from from the north, he from New York, and they was doing that whole T.I. and 50 Cent, but I was like, 50 Cent really ain't got that many, songs like that to do it to. His catalog not really that big. But if
It's not.
you go Jay-Z, now Jay-Z got a major catalog. And you know what I'm saying? And it's dope because you remember how T.I. came out. T.I. was dubbed the Jay-Z of the South. And T.I. got a big catalog just like Jay-Z got a big catalog. So if y'all want to do this South versus the North, that would be kind of like, you know what I'm saying, the perfect versus battle. If y'all do Tip and Jay-Z. But that's if they can really get him to do it, man. They probably not. I don't think he's gonna do
Probably not. Okay,
it.
so who would you like to go up against?
Who would I like to go up against?
Yeah.
Uh, that's kind of hard to say right now, man. I don't know, man. I'm up and coming, so I don't know, man. You have to give me like another up and coming artist or something like that for me to go
No,
ahead.
what? No, don't sell yourself short. Like I've
Nah,
listened
I
to
ain't
your
selling my.
music, and
Nah, I know I'm dope. I'm dope. I'm a dope artist, man. But I gotta get my work up, man, before I can try to talk about getting in a versus battle with somebody. You know, now
very
we'll see.
humble.
We'll see in the next couple of years or so if they still doing it.
I like that humble reply. I like that. Okay, so you were talking earlier, about how you're working with TaylorMade, but you also have a couple other projects that you're working on as well. Can
Right.
you give us a little, like, talk to us a little bit about it, or do you want it to be like a surprise?
Well, I mean, right now I'm working on my music project. I got some other things in play. I'm gonna kind of, leave it on the back burner right now because there's still some things that's getting sorted out first before we actually go ahead and put it out there. But I am right now currently working on my music project. I got a song that I just dropped called "Diamond in the Rough" with a singer out of Jacksonville. Her name is Nico, and she's a dope singer. I met her through a producer that I work with from Level Studios. You ever need a good studio to come do your music at in Jacksonville, Florida? That's the studio to do it at. Level Studio, Jacksonville, Florida. And yeah, man, he got me hooked up with her, and he told her what I needed, and she came through. She was very humble about doing it. She was excited about doing it, and we went from there. We recorded the track. You can find it on my Instagram, YouTube, Influential 904, and it's up there, and along with
You,
other tracks that I got up there too.
you should be a promoter.
Yeah.
You've got out like 5 people already so far. I'm
Oh
gonna have so
yeah,
much
yeah,
fun
man.
editing this
I
video.
gotta. Yeah, I'm the type of person, man. I gotta put, people names out there, man. That's doing the same thing. We in this together. We all trying to eat. So my name, when my face
Exactly.
get put out there, they name and face get put out there.
I like that. Have you always been a very generous person?
For the most part, yeah, I feel like I have. I always been this way since a young kid. Being very outgoing, helpful towards people. I know a lot of people. And my music. You know what I'm saying. You see, hearing my music, like who I am as a person. I'm like this in real life. So, it reflects in my music and you will hear it when you listen to me.
What's something that you struggled with in life that has helped you, that has worked in your benefit?
That I struggled in life,
Yeah.
I've dealt with a lot of struggles, but you wanna say like a
Like the
real.
first thing, the thing that like shifted your life, and in the moment you were like, this is the worst, but now you're looking at it as like that was the best thing that could have happened to me. You know what I'm saying?
I would say losing people that I had a lot of love for, people that like just, God just made something happen in my life to where that person just was not in my life anymore. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Friends, relationships, stuff like that. People that I really, really like had a real clutch on. Like I would say that trying to get through the process of disappointment and not being able to have those people in my life is probably the best thing for me because, you know, I guess like they say, everything happens for a reason. Maybe those people in my life wasn't good for me right now or was going to hold me back from where God is trying to take me. And I had to accept that and let those people go. So that probably like is like a struggle that I would say that really caused me to shift and make a turnaround and be able to face, move forward in life.
It's a beautiful answer. I love that. Okay, let's talk about the BET Hip Hop Awards. Are you gonna watch them this year?
I'm gonna probably catch up on it. I ain't watch it last year, so I'm gonna probably watch it this year.
I didn't even know that they still did it. So,
Yeah, they don't
but okay,
really promote as much as like they used to.
they
Like they
don't.
So it's like it's hard to catch up on a lot of things. I be finding out stuff at the last minute.
Right? So black, right?
Yeah.
Like, but okay, so we're gonna do a couple of predictions. So I want your thoughts on who's gonna win album of the year. And here are the nominees. There is Future's album High Off Life. The baby's
Okay.
the baby has two of his albums on there.
Mm.
Blame It on the Baby and Kirk. Lil
Okay.
Baby, My Turn, Meg, Sugar, Roddy Rich, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. Who do you think's win album of the year?
That's a tough one. Cause the baby been going crazy, man. Like he
He
been going
has.
crazy. Like I'm talking about consistent, man, hit after hit, back to back, just straight dropping them. So I don't know, but then at the same time, Megan kind of been going hard too. So hey, that's a real tough one. Did you mention Lil Baby too?
Yeah, Lil Baby's album My Turn.
I think Lil Baby gonna get that one. I think Lil Baby gonna get that one. Cause he especially after that last song he dropped that was what is it that was catered to what was been going on in the
Yeah.
world with the whole Black Lives Matter. After he did
Mhm.
that song, that kind of like opened up a major door and platform for him to where now, like, I don't know, man, he might get that one. I think it's gonna be Lil Baby. It's either Lil Baby, the baby, and Megan.
That's what
Out of those
Nikki
three.
said. Nikki said Lil Baby's gonna win. Okay, Nikki,
I
we'll
think Lil
see.
Baby gonna get it too.
Okay. Okay, now song of the year. The Baby, Bop. The Baby, It's So Crazy, he's on there twice again. The Baby, Rockstar. Drake, Tootsie Slide. Megan Thee Stallion, Savage. And Roddy Rich, The Box.
Boy, you doing this with boy? That's a tough one. Oh boy, man, that's a tough one. The box was a really that was a banger. That was a banger, man. They played they
Yeah.
still playing that back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Rockstar and the Savage.
Taylor
Ah
made The
man,
Box. Ooh.
I think it might be the either out of Rockstar and the box.
Okay,
This
we'll see.
I think they might have the Savage could be that might be the third. I put her in the third.
So while we're still talking about hip hop, what do you think that we can do as a culture in order to use our music as the greatest form of protest?
Um, that's a good question. I think that artists should just be truthful. I think we need to be truthful about what's going on. We don't need to sugarcoat what's going on. We have a lot of artists that don't really like to speak on what's going on because they don't want to lose fans or they don't want to say the wrong thing to mess up the platform. But honesty is probably the biggest thing that artists need to do as far as what's going on. We need to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? We already been sold a lot of lies as is. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
We see what's going on and people still selling lies. I feel like artists need to get together on one accord because we all in this together and stop beefing with one another and just stand up for what's right. You know what I'm saying? Speak the truth. And like they always say, man, like divide and conquer. So we know that if we stick together, we stronger than we would be divided. And that's what I feel like we all just need to stand up together and be honest about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And fight for what we know is right.
So you think that there's value in authenticity in hip hop music?
I feel like yeah, yeah. You look at people like Nas, you know what I'm saying? Nas spoke truth. You know what I'm saying? He didn't sugarcoat it. You know, we look back in old hip hop, Public Enemy, NWA, all these people who done made this platform for us to come in and do what we do. All those people spoke the truth. They ain't sugarcoat nothing. You know, they wasn't
Yeah.
scared or fearful about what was going on and what was gonna happen to them. They stood up for what they knew was right and they made a statement. And I feel like hip hop kind of lost sight of that ever since, you know, the years then went by and new artists coming in. A lot of people, I guess, feel like they don't have too much control or power to really be able to say anything, so they rather not even speak on it. But if you look at music, we are the biggest influence. That's why my name is influential. We have the power to influence. Kids look up to music artists. They listen to us, you know what I'm saying, in songs all day. You know what I'm saying? So if we have that power to influence children do all the wrong things, we have the power to, you know, reverse back and try to teach them the right things. And you know what I'm saying, speak the truth and get them to stand up, you know what I'm saying, for what's right. So that's what I feel like hip hop really needs, man. Just honesty.
Wow. I love that. TaylorMade had a question. He asked, what's your writing process like?
My writing process, uh, I would say that's crazy, man. I was actually in the process just right before you called. I listen to a lot of beats. I try to put myself in a mind state. You know what I'm saying? Because the greatest creativity comes in a I guess whatever state of mind you put yourself in. I try to put myself in a calm state, relaxed state, and kind of like put myself in that vibe. You know, I don't like to try to write music stressed out, you know what I'm saying, or mad or aggressive. Although I have done it and some of my songs come off, you can hear aggression in it. But
Mm-hmm.
my best work is when I actually put myself in a calm process. I come, I might, drink a little bit, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of relax and calm my nerves, or sit outside and just meditate, listen to nature or something like that. And then I turn on my tunes, I listen to instrumentals and let the instrumentals move me into whatever it is that I feel like is that I need to say. So I'm really moved by sound, and that sound put me in a mood to where it caused, I don't know, it just caused me to go to writing, and whatever comes out my head comes out on paper.
I love that. I love that. Okay. Um, what's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a favorite meal. I eat salmon. I like salmon and rice. Cause I'm pescatarian. I don't really eat like chicken and beef and all that stuff.
Oh, how
I've
long have
been
you been pescatarian?
for a couple of years now. I've been doing it for a couple of years.
What made you do that?
I just, I guess, really just like not really wanting to eat, you know, meat anymore. I actually saw a video called "What the Hell," and it kind of turned me off a little bit from wanting to eat regular meat. And from that moment, I was like, man, I'm gonna try this whole, not eating meat thing. And I was trying it, and I was like, okay, I realized it's not as easy as people make it seem. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to, wing myself, like, and I kind of wing myself off of meat, and then before you know it, after winging myself, I stopped eating it, and then I was like, okay, I won't go full vegetarian, but I eat fish and sometimes, shrimp and stuff like that. But that's really the only meat that I eat, fish.
Cool, 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 cool. So you've mentioned God a couple of times in this talk so far. So you're a very religious person?
I'm not really religious. I'm spiritual. I don't
Okay.
really like. I don't really like to try to, because I feel like there's so many different religions, and I feel like religion, my opinion, places you in a box. That's no different than a club, or a group. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we got so many different religions, so that means we got so many different groups. And it's like in my thought, how can is are we talking we're praising a God, or we're praising a group? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I feel. I don't really like to talk about religion. I talk about God a lot because I'm a spiritual person. I feel like there's one higher up, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I kind of like, I'm not really religious, I'm spiritual.
Do you pray?
I do.
Do you what how do I want to phrase this? Um, do you think there's a difference between prayer and meditation?
There's a huge difference. There's a huge
Okay.
difference. I feel like prayer, you're talking to God. You laying out your emotions and your feelings and what's going on in your life to God, and putting all your burdens in his hands. Although he already know what we going through, it's basically that what I would say, that that submission to him. You're coming to him, and you're being intimate with him, and you're placing all your emotions and your feelings in his hands, so that he can be able to, you know, do what he do, as far as, what I'm saying, making sure you're okay. And the things that, and surrounding you and protecting you from things that you don't really see or know about. And on top of that, it makes you feel better once you pray, because now you feel relieved. Like, I got a lot of stress off my chest. You can't always talk to friends and family about what's going on personally. So you go to God. That's the one person that is going to make sure you're okay. You don't got to worry about your business being out on the streets. But meditation is when you're putting yourself in that's a mental thing. I feel like meditation is a mental thing and a spiritual thing, but you're going into a quiet place, and getting rid of stress. And that's where I feel like the difference comes in, that you're not really talking, but you're letting your mind go, go free, and I don't know, putting yourself in a different place mentally.
You're a very intelligent person.
I appreciate that.
Sorry, that was random. Sorry. I'm sure you get that all the time, though.
Yeah, for the most part, I do.
Okay, so where can we like you, follow you, stalk you, all that fun stuff?
You can go, like I said, you can follow me on Instagram, influential, INFLOENTIAL, influential 904. You can also follow me on you, subscribe me to on YouTube, same influential 904. And right now I'm working on getting my SoundCloud and Spotify and all that good stuff up too.
Yes, you need to.
Yeah.
You need to do that like yesterday.
Yeah, man, I'm building my platform, man. I be having so many different things going on, and right now I don't really have like a publicist or anybody that's doing my stuff with me like that. So I pray that when I get time, I'm building myself up as I go.
And then final question before I let you go. What do you think is the purpose of life?
The purpose of life, the purpose
Yeah.
of life is finding your purpose. If you ask me, we all have a purpose, whatever that purpose is, and whatever serves this world that we are in, and we just got to figure out and get to a place where we find out what we're supposed to be doing in this world, doing our part, and making the world better, or, whatever it is God have us to do, whether we're serving on a job, whether we're serving in a career, whether we're serving through talent, skills, whatever that is, or creating something, we got to find our purpose. And I feel like that's what the purpose of this world is, finding our purpose, to keep this world moving, where it's supposed to be going to.
I love that answer. You're just you're an amazing human being. Like very very interesting human being. I don't think I've ever met someone like you.
Appreciate that.
Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. Definitely go check out his songs on his YouTube channel. So fire. You won't regret listening to it. And thank you so much for your time, Influential. Can I know your name? Am I allowed to know your name?
You could call me Trey.
Thank you so much for your time, Trey. All right. I'll talk to you later, hon.
All right, Ashley. Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right. Take it easy.